current project on the bench is a set of weight benches for middle school. This high density foam is really difficult to pull down, so I thought I'd give you some tips on how to pull it and get these edges nice and even. Because the high density foam is more difficult to pull down, I need to allow more grip on this vinyl. And I'll start by marking my centers. Probably don't need to mark front and back, but it can be helpful. Alright, this piece is 44, so I'll come over to 22. Alright, I'm going to mark both sides like I said with this very remarkable space pen. This was made by Fisher Pens for NASA. Alright, I'll start by draping this over the foam. Here's where marking both sides helps. You can see top and bottom. I'm using 1/4" staples so they'll be easy to pull. I'm just going to do a couple shots here on. Alright, I'll start here in the middle. And I'm going to pull as hard as I can on this. And put just a shot there to start with. Come back to the other side. Pull it tight. I'm going to check this profile line. Looks like it's going to be a nice fit there. So, I'll take and measure this from top to bottom. Looks like 14 1/4. Alright, my vinyl here is 20 inches wide, and I need to go about 14 1/2 overall. I'm going to round these numbers down, and I'm going to mark out 3 inches per side here. This ink does wash off with water, or Goo Gone is another good way to get it off, but I'm just going to make some reference marks along here to start. I did find that on leather, if I made a mistake, it doesn't wash off too good. Silver gets into the skin a little bit, so use with caution, but on vinyl it's fine. I'm just going to snug these ends for now. Alright, these first few pulls are pretty difficult. I'm going to call that good enough for now, and I'll adjust it. Here's the reason for allowing plenty to grip on. Alright, get that just a little bit tighter and draw my mark right under the edge there. Alright, I got to work with this and make sure the vinyl is centered down through there. Should be pretty free sailing from here. All right, that's looking good. There's a lot of ways to finish off these corners. When they came in, they were done with a heat gun and everything just gathered up, and it gets kind of sloppy around there. The downside of pleating them the way I do is it gets pretty bulky too, but it looks better than sloppy wrinkles. So I'll even up this area right here and pull this corner back. I'm going to take up just a little bit of the slack right there. Start trimming out this excess. Alright, I'm going to turn this back until my pleat stands up straight. Keep trimming more out. I like to make this cut go down to the edge of the frame there, so that when I pull this back, the bulk, I have less bulk on top of the frame. There's quite a bit to trim out of this. Okay, that'll work fine. Get some of that out of the way here. Pull up on these till the corners are even. Okay, got just a little bit turned back there. All right, time to close this up. Alright, I need to cut a piece to close this bottom up. I'm going to go a short 10 on that. The vinyl stretches a little bit, so I'm going to go 34 and a half, and I'll probably have to trim some. Okay, I'm going to go a short 10 on that. Go 9 7/8. I went to the office supply store one time to buy a compass, and the clerk says, "What? Couldn't find a big enough jar?" Because these benches will be subject to perspiration and cleaning solutions, it's a good idea to use stainless steel staples that aren't going to rust. I'll step those up to 3/8 because I'm getting pretty thick on these corners. Line that up. All right, trim out these holes and that's good to go. All right, that's good to go.